Hello and welcome to The Villain Was Right, the podcast where we look at movies and TV shows from the villain's perspective and dare to ask, were they really all that bad? I'm your host, Rebecca Reed.
And I'm your host, Craig Fay.
And this week we are talking about M3GAN.
Yeah.
The OG, number one.
Number one.
Had you seen this movie yet?
I had not seen this movie yet.
Okay.
I had heard it was really, really fun. And I'd seen the ads for it, and I was like, "That's a real weird movie." And then hearing that it was fun, I was kind of like more enticed to watch it. But like doing this episode is what pushed me over the edge to finally watch it.
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, it'd be really weird if you didn't, Craig. It'd be really fucking weird if
we
you just
agreed to do it, and then I was like, "Nah, I'll just wing it."
I don't feel like it. I had seen this movie before. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's got the right amount of humor to it. I think it's got the right amount of slashing, in my opinion. I like the narrative. I like that there's people that piss me the fuck off, because it just kind of makes, I don't know, sometimes when I watch characters where I stop caring about them as much, I don't get as anxious when bad things start happening.
Oh, okay, I see.
Do you know what I mean?
But you're saying that
I'm not really rooting for a lot of people in this movie.
Gotcha.
Aside from Kate, like the little girl.
Sure.
Okay, otherwise I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah, and that's true. And I will say, I think I disagree with you a little bit on that, where it's like, coming in here, we were discussing it, and I was like, oh, I kind of wanted it to be more of a slasher. Like, I wanted kind of all the violence to maybe start, like, halfway through the movie instead of, like, just at the end.
Well, I feel like it does actually start halfway. It just doesn't get, like, it starts with, like, you don't see most of it. Do you know what I mean? Where it starts with like a dog, and then it starts with, and then we've got the neighbor, which is actually quite violent.
That's true.
And then we've got, anyway, you know what? Okay, here, we're already off the rails. Okay, if you haven't seen M3GAN, okay, the core premise of this movie is we've got Gemma, and she works for a toy company, and she does tech. Okay, like she programs these toys basically, and her job is to make they're Furbies essentially. I'm gonna call them Furbies. I'm sorry if you weren't alive during that time. Good for you. Okay, how's not using retinol? Love that. Okay, no, I'm kidding. It doesn't matter. Basically, just like a toy that's going to respond to your actual speech patterns, and it's a more souped up Furby. And the company would like a cheaper one. They want a toned down, cheaper version. But instead, she's been working on, they call her M3GAN. It's like this life-size robot that is going to be a child's like best companion. Will keep, the child from harm. Will make sure, do body scans and make sure, their temperature isn't rising too much. Answer their questions, things like that. Be a best friend. Color, do all that kind of stuff, right? Her boss does not want her working on this, but she's really gung-ho on it. But her niece, essentially Gemma's sister and brother-in-law die in a car accident, and now she is entrusted with taking care of her niece. She's her guardian now. And I gotta tell you, she's not doing a great job. And we're gonna get into all that shit, because that really, oh my God, some of that really pissed me off. Anyway, I've already missed out on a week of work. What do you want me to do? Handle yourself. Anyway, she's not doing a great job. There's this social worker coming over, kind of like therapist, kind of checking on them, seeing if they're okay. The therapist is also doing a terrible job, I gotta tell you. There's a lot happening. Okay, there's a lot happening in this movie. Anyway, she gets M3GAN up and running and kind of uses this as her solution. She pairs her with her niece, Katie, I believe is her name, and they get paired together, and then her niece kind of gets addicted to this attention and this friendship and starts really viewing her as like a person, because how could you not, actually? Like, I totally get that plot line. But Megan's starting to take her tasks a little too seriously. The dog kind of fucks with her and Katie, so then she kills the dog. Then she kills the neighbor because the neighbor's, threatening again, and kills her in a very violent way. We'll get into all that. And then Gemma kind of figures out what's going on and starts trying to shut her down, and then she she goes on a rampage past that point and is going to not kill Gemma, but basically paralyze her so she can be the one that takes care of her. It gets her really off the rails. It's really fun.
Kills the boss and his assistant.
Kills the boss and the assistant. Leaves the launch. Goes home, is going to paralyze Gemma. Katie kind of saves the day. And then it's implied at the end that she's installed herself elsewhere. Roll creds.
Yep.
Roll creds. And that's the movie. And it's great. It's super campy. They've got a lot of like fun musical parts in it where it's just like creepy but campy at the same time. I honestly, first watch, I really enjoyed it. Second watch, I think I enjoyed it just as much.
Oh, yeah.
I had a really good time watching this.
And the thing I love the most about it was like, I looked it up before I watched the movie. I was like, oh, how do they actually do the doll? Like, is this like totally like CG or is it like whatever? And like all the movement is actually a 10-year-old dancer doing, so like the creepy dance that she does where she like is like actually done by a 10-year-old girl.
She was nailing that, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and so all like the movement and the thing I read that was most impressive was like, this girl really impressed the stunt team because there was she was able to do so many things without wires that they thought they were going to need wires for. So like I think that to means like when she's running on all fours through the woods, I think that's just a girl doing
that can't. Don't tell me that, Craig.
Anyway, that's one of the reasons it's so creepy is because like it's just an actual 10-year-old girl doing it with like a latex mask on that they obviously paint out and put in the expressions or whatever. But like,
oh my god,
that's super like that's just impressive. I like when they do things practically like that,
So the main villain.
Oh yeah,
is Megan.
Megan, obviously,
but I really think Gemma's the villain.
there's again, this movie is so full of villains. I can't wait to talk about it because I'm also gonna call David, played by Ronnie Chang. I think
Ronnie is a treasure.
Yes,
he is a treasure. He is so good. First of all, I just like him in anything he does. I just think he's a very funny fucking person. This movie, I think he was perfectly cast.
Yes,
he was excellent in this movie. I love him. He's perfectly hilarious. He's that obtuse boss that doesn't have his finger on the pulse at all, and he's nailing it. I love him.
And then I'd also put Kurt and the therapist to a certain extent as a villain as well.
That's all. She's also just a bad therapist. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do you want to start there?
Good Lord,
this pissed me off so much.
Okay, so she's conducting a visit because she's like, and it's very shortly after Katie's parents' death. Okay, I think it's like the following week or something. I think that's the timeline of it. She comes in, and the first thing she says is, "Oh, still in your pajamas, I see." And I was like, okay, what therapist on the planet would look at a kid and criticize what that kid's wearing days after her parents die? Days. Are you? Of course she's still. This girl shouldn't have to leave her pajamas.
Oh,
okay. Are you insane? This should be ice cream Disney movie extravaganza. Okay,
that kid gets to do
whatever they want.
First of all, she said, "Oh, you're still in your pajamas." I was still in my pajamas watching this movie.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
You. Yeah, and
I was so attacked. You're right. I was actually also wearing my pajamas when she said that.
Yes, because that's what you. And I think she was watching Saturday morning cartoons, eating cereal. Like rage I felt off of that Oh my
line.
god.
Rage.
Oh my god. Yes.
Rage number one.
That drove me crazy. That drove me crazy.
Rage number two. Do you want to do rage number two?
Rage number two was when she's like, "No, I just want to see you play. Don't you have any toys here?" And she goes, Gemma just goes, "Well, I think we're still unpacking. Like we just moved her in," and then kind of forces her to unbox one of her like collector toys off the thing. Is like, you can play with this, and then just casually, like, they just sit there and watch this girl who is like, I don't know ages, but like can talk.
Yeah, like have a conversation. What the fuck? And okay, the thing that really pissed me off was she goes, "Okay, no, Gemma, I think it's better if Katie leads us in play," and then immediately looks at her and goes, "Roll it to." I was like, "No, you just did the thing you didn't want her to do. What are you fucking doing?" Anyway, the therapist pissed me off to no fucking end. Okay, she was just basically a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, she walked in, just a dick.
And Anger the Third, may I?
Yes, Anger the Third.
So they do the whole observation, which is just the most awkward thing in the world. I was like, no kid is gonna act normal in this situation when you're sitting there literally looking at her. Anyway, like staring, like hunched over in a chair, just like, how will the child play with the toy?
Fire this woman. Fire this woman.
But then they go outside, and she goes, "Well, I just need to make sure that it's a safe environment for the girl." And I was like, it's like, if you want to be at a safe environment, you're going to have to change a few things. First of all, there was nothing unsafe about Gemma's house. Is it a boring adult house? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a place where there are no kids and therefore no kid entertainment and things? Yeah. Yeah, but it wasn't an unsafe house for a kid.
Yeah.
No part of it was unsafe, except for maybe the lab. If you'd been like, you got to keep your like robotics lab locked so the kids don't get in there, that's fine. But every house has that. Like, don't let the kids into the garage with the power tools. Fine.
Yeah.
You know, like the fact that she's like, it's not a safe place. It wasn't like fucking open pits and like loose electrical wires.
No, the therapist sucked, and I think I would like to lead into why Gemma sucks. Okay, quite frankly, this woman sucks so unbelievably hard. First of all, okay, if I have now been given custody of my niece, okay, and her parents just died, I don't care how much the collectible's worth. Open it. Open it.
Oh, yeah.
Open it.
If you want to play with it.
No. Open it. Okay. Also, I gotta tell you, if it's the first night we're having at my house, I'm not gonna put you in my exercise room. I've set up a space in the living room where we're having a sleepover.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got ice cream. You know what I mean? I've got the shit. Okay. I've got anything you could possibly want to eat, whatever that is. If you look me in the eyes and it's 2 a.m. and you're like, I want Chinese food, we're finding it. Okay. We're just finding it. What do you need? What do you want? What do you want to watch? Okay. Even if it's something inappropriate, quite frankly, at this moment. Okay. Quite frankly.
Maybe not Final Destination.
No. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like,
nothing with dead parents, you know?
Yeah.
So any Disney movie.
But if you're like, oh, I want to watch this rom-com, sure.
Great.
Okay, absolutely, whatever. Okay, this is going to have a few inappropriate jokes in it. You're still going to watch it because it's not going to change that your parents are dead. Okay, so I'm going to sleep next to you. Okay, we're going to do a few things to get you acclimatized. Gemma's such a, like, well, I missed out on work last week, so I really got to go in this week. For the love of God.
And she's got coworkers being like, we've got it handled. Take time off.
Yeah, obviously, not only are you dealing with a whole new life situation, your sister died. Okay, the person you grew up with died, okay?
Yes.
There's so much going on here, and you seem to be barreling through. And I gotta tell you, my first move is not to then start conducting science experiments on my niece.
No.
She's using her like she's a lab rat.
Yeah.
We gotta test this out on a fully functioning adult first.
Yeah.
A lot. Like a lot first.
Well, and the fact that as much as I hate the therapist, that it's like basically 2/3 of the way through a movie where anybody with any degree in child psychology or insight into how children might react to this essentially living thing is like, this is bad for kids, right?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, we're going into production, and this is the first time that you've talked to a child psychologist about what it might be like to have a perfectly...
We might want to contact a couple more.
Yeah, maybe I feel like there should be some regulatory agencies. I feel like there should be like, maybe make sure the model is sufficient for child development, right? Like the Sesame Street people. Talk to the Sesame Street people.
Well, but she's putting her glass on a coaster, Craig. She's putting her cups on coasters,
reminding
and
her to flush the toilet and stuff like that. And even the coworker says, like, "Oh, it just seems like this is a replacement for a parent.
Yeah.
And if you're not parenting your kid, then what are you doing?" Right?
To which she pretty much responds like, "She's not my child." Oh, that was a gutting moment for me. I was like, "Oh no, not my child, girl. That is your child now.
It is now. Yeah,
that is fully your child now. I hope you really understand that." And I guess that's her whole arc. Is that by the end,
by the end, they have the bare minimum of the conversation that they should have had within the first 5 minutes of the movie, which is the worst thing in life has possibly happened to you, and you might not ever get over it. But I'm there for you no matter what, and also, I'm really hurting too because that was my sister. And we're hurting together. And we've got to learn, we're going to figure this out, and I'm going to be there for you. It really makes you feel like, oh, yeah, this girl should go live with her grandparents in Florida.
Quite frankly, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Watching that whole, it was breaking me down. It was breaking my heart. I wanted to jump through the screen and just be like, no, like, don't worry about the coasters. Her parents are dead.
Oh, fucking coaster it up and like fucking condensate all that shit everywhere,
No, this kid's just getting it from all sides. You're in your pajamas. You're not using a coaster. It's like you're not even an adult. And it's like, I'm not. Welcome to it.
Oh, you should have more than just cereal. No shit. Our parents just died.
Yeah, let her have the cereal. Don't be lecturing her about how she needs to eat the toppings too. Give her a minute. Give her a minute.
You know what? Let's focus these few weeks on processing trauma.
Yep.
And then we'll worry about kids not liking certain toppings on pizza.
Yeah, it's almost like you didn't consult her.
Yeah. It's like, what do you like on pizza? Just cheese and pepperoni? Great.
That's all you have to have.
Great.
For a while, actually.
And then we're going to start talking about vegetables.
Yes, but that's later.
What vegetable do you like? Let's pick
a month from now, we'll start talking about broccoli. It's all good. She's Not My Child was crazy. And I was like, this is literally a movie. It feels like a movie where you follow the villain. Like, it really does. I'm just like, oh, Gemma's the villain. Like, because also... And this is going to get into my M3GAN argument, obviously, which is she's the one that programmed M3GAN. Okay, this movie should end with her being arrested on charges of murder.
Yeah.
This woman should genuinely be arrested at the end of this movie.
Why is it capable of murder?
Yeah. Why did you release it into the general population? Why was it okay for it to be out of a lab this early? You didn't do proper testing. Even M3GAN, and she's got a good little speech at the end when she's about to, really get at her, is you installed me with a program that you don't even understand.
Yeah. Which is unfortunately how AI actually does work.
Oh no, there is a lot in this movie where I was like, foreshadowing.
Yeah. Or it's like, we know what we input and we know that it generally demonstrates what we want on the output. But like, nobody has any idea what's really going on in the middle. Like,
yes.
Or you can't replicate it or document it. And that's essentially, so that was super realistic to me, where I was just like,
I don't know if I need to know that.
She created this thing and it models it and it produces the output that you want, but you don't know how it's going to respond to any given input.
Right.
So like an input where a dog attacks a kid suddenly is resulting in, through all the weights and fucking programmings or whatever, as like, oh, I need to kill the dog.
Yeah.
Because I need to protect her, and that's the way that you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is insane.
It's technological, like monkey pawing. It's like,
And sorry, if we could just rewind for a second
please.
and get into Gemma being a bad employee.
Yeah,
which is, and this is my biggest defense of David, Ronnie Chang, in this, right? Where we start in the lab, right? And he shows up and he goes, "Why don't I have access to your lab? I'm your boss." That's a little weird. And then he goes, "Is this why?" He discovers that she has been slacking off on making the cheaper version of this toy.
Making it more accessible to children.
Exactly. Lower manufacturing costs, whatever. She has not been doing the work assigned to her and has instead been spending company money creating this M3GAN doll, which she's like, and even says like, oh, this rubber mask, I hope it looks good. We paid enough for it. Oh, okay. So you're paying what you consider to be too much money on an unapproved project that you're working on company time with company funds that has not been approved by your boss.
Yeah.
Her boss says even like, yeah, we did talk about it. And we agreed you were going to put it on ice until this other project got done. You just ignore me. I'm sorry, but a boss being upset with you about using company funds without approval, ignoring the work that you have to work on personal projects and not telling them about it, kind of a reasonable thing for a boss to be mad about, right?
Yeah.
Also, is this why you moved your lab into the basement so I can't keep an eye on what you're doing? It sounds paranoid until you realize that's exactly what she was doing.
No, for sure. That's yes. That is 100% what she's doing. She's not a good employee.
And then she goes like, "No, you have no idea. Like, this is actually amazing. We just need to show you." And she goes to demonstrate it, and the head explodes.
Yeah.
So, the thing you've been slacking off and working on doesn't even work right and explodes and is dangerous? Fuck you. Get the fact that she wasn't fired on the spot is remarkable.
It's like she had like a little shrine that she had made in her office and spent hours on it. You know what I mean? It was giving no, she's not good.
$100,000 in company money is what they say on a project that they didn't ask her to work on.
But also one that she was, and I think my biggest point here, one that she was unwilling to test properly and used her own niece. If that robot gave me let's say I get on that train. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna try this out. If that robot gives me one fucking side eye, I'm shutting it down.
Yeah.
One side eye.
Yeah.
No, it's done. One weird look. I have a weird intuition moment or something. You're done. I'm shutting it down. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Robot, they all move weird. And I don't like the dogs. And I don't,
no. I don't
I've
like
talked
them
about
either.
it before, and I'll say it again. They freak me the fuck out. Okay. And I don't want it in my house. It gives me a bad gut feeling every single time, which is also why I love this movie, because I was like, this is an effective form.
I did a gig. This was like back like Christmas time at a Mandarin, the Chinese food buffet.
Hilarious.
And they had these little robots. They were basically like tray robots, right? They were running through the restaurant, and like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they were bringing it to people's tables.
They're taking our jobs. That's what they're doing,
yeah,
Craig.
and I don't know if it was for takeout. I wanted to fucking kick these things hard, so hard. I was just like, why do I hate you so much?
No.
I hate this little robot so much. It's trying to be
Stresses
so
me out.
cute, but it's just like, it's like beep beep beep. I'm in the way. No, you're not
in the way.
Don't take our jobs. You know, someone could go get that food. Anyway, she's a terrible employee.
She's not a good guardian.
Not a good guardian, and
She's not a good neighbor.
not a good engineer either. because they mention this. Rebecca, I've gone off on this tangent before. They say that her skeleton, M3GAN's skeleton, is made out of titanium. You do not need to build robot skeletons out of titanium. Steel is fine.
I love when you...
Steel, plastic.
We're on the steel again. I like it. No,
steel over titanium every single time, except for specific aerospace things. Aluminum is fine. It doesn't need to be super strong. Our bones aren't made out of titanium. We're strong enough to hurt a child.
Yeah.
You know? Make them out of plastic. You're trying to get this manufacturing price down to $10,000 so that every kid can afford one? Well, let me tell you, the first thing I strip out is the fucking titanium. Do you know how hard titanium is to machine? Incredibly hard.
That's so funny.
It's so expensive to machine titanium.
She's one of those people that starts a new hobby and has to get all the best stuff.
Yeah.
The most expensive stuff.
Like maybe if it's a war robot, maybe so it has to have like withstand explosions and shit. Maybe titanium. But you 3D print some plastic bones. It'd still work.
Yeah, great point.
Titanium is overkill in this robot, is what I'm saying.
I feel like that's your like sleeper word or something.
Titanium?
Like it just activates you. All of a sudden you become a CIA agent as every time somebody
Or
says
I'm just
titanium.
like, you don't know about engineering. You just thought titanium was cool. Let's a stainless steel would be fine. Stainless, even plastic. Some polyvinyl chloride.
I want to gift you titanium one time, just this tiniest amount.
Also, don't get titanium wedding rings. We just got our wedding rings. It's a big trend with guys. I've probably mentioned this before, but titanium, tungsten, and a couple other ones you do not want to get as a wedding ring.
So aren't they hard to cut off?
You can't cut them off.
Okay.
That's the problem. So if they ever get crushed onto your hand or anything.
When you're doing your man stuff.
When you're doing your man stuff, like using rotating machinery without taking it off.
Okay.
Don't do that.
When you're
anyway,
out doing your man shit.
Titanium bones don't need to exist. Anyway, sorry, I'm done.
Okay. So to say, I think Gemma's responsible for all of M3GAN's actions, and that's really what I'm going to hang my hat on.
Yeah.
She didn't test her. She put her out in the wild. At every moment, she just gives up. Like even when, so Katie goes to a like day camp where it's going to be, they're going to go outside and they're going to, gather chestnuts and make a rope swing or whatever the fuck.
I will say, I know what you're about to say, and we'll get to that, and I think I agree with you. But in Gemma's defense, get her back into school is a thing that you're going to have to do.
Yeah.
So good for that. And she had been homeschooled before, and this like what I'll call a hippie kids camp does seem like a good compromise between that.
Oh yeah, nice in between. Absolutely.
Okay, so I just want to give her credit for that. Yeah.
Should be out touching some grass. Yes. Okay.
But
you cannot put the doll out. Okay. You cannot put it. She's like, okay, but no photos though. No, but no nothing. Okay. You're the adult here. You've created a problem. If anything, you should look at this and go, I actually definitely need to have a firm hand on this. Because if you're this out of control, if you're freaking out this much by not having this thing, then I should start slowly weaning you off this thing a little bit. Okay, if you're this addicted.
Yeah.
Outside, now, what I will say is they did a really good job in this movie of not making me feel bad for that kid.
Yeah.
Do I think the kid should be murdered? No. But they did a really, really good job of making me not care. Because that kid was a little fucking shit, okay? Really had future serial killer vibes.
That's my little stepson. He's so sweet. Hi, man. Fuck off, Mom. Yeah,
not
really.
Even just the fuck off moms. I could take that. Okay, that's totally fine. When your whole goal is to hurt people around you, and that's what you really enjoy, now I start to really question. You know what I mean? What child hasn't told their mom to fuck off at one point or another?
Sure.
Okay, or something of similar color.
We're putting that all in sass.
Yeah, yes. Okay, like that's just, you're a teen, your hormones are off the charts, things are bad, you don't want to be here, whatever the thing is, okay? But you being violently, like, just aggressive towards kids around you without any,
just
without
like
being provoked.
Shoving like spiky fruit, I don't know what it is, like a spiky fruit or something right into her hand, and like immediately just like grabs the doll and like drags it into the woods to like beat it up.
Yeah, like that's some troubling stuff.
Yeah.
Do I think you should have been killed? No, but maybe getting part of your ear ripped off could be a great lesson.
Yeah.
That could be a great lesson.
Yeah.
Did we take it too far? Yes. Could there have been some stuff happening? I think that would be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you could be like, what happened to your ear? It's like, I stole somene's doll and I was messing around with it and it
malfunctioned.
It malfunctioned
and
and something ripped my ear off.
And now I don't touch things like that.
Now I don't touch things that aren't mine, that I don't know how they work. Yeah, no, he was a real piece of shit kid for sure.
The dog, okay, I have to, as much as...
Yeah.
Let's get into the dog for a second, okay? I'm just going to go through each of her victims, okay? Because we started with the dog. I will say this. Do I think that's a good dog? Absolutely not. Do I think something had to have been done with that dog? Absolutely. Do I think, if you're complaining about the dog constantly being in your yard and the fence is yours and you just have to put one board over that hole, then maybe you should probably fucking do that.
I would think so. But I will also say the rest of that fence is pristine. And it is very clear that the dog made that hole.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that is a dog who has ripped up that fence in order to get through.
All right. I mean, I would tend to agree with you on that one, Craig.
Right.
I didn't have that thought on it because I just look at everything like a problem to be fixed. I go, oh, that's going to take, because you don't even really need to fix the fence if you don't fucking feel like it.
Oh,
you
piece of 2x4
you
right
just
there.
need a little board that you throw up there.
And then you're yelling at your neighbor to get it properly fixed because I'm tired of having... I put this piece of plywood here to keep your dog out of my yard.
Yeah.
And we're going to have words about how you're going to fix the fence because, like, permanently, because your dog has chewed through it to get into my yard.
Yes.
You know.
So I think that's I could see both sides of this. How this is a bit of a you problem, but also a bit of a them problem. The chemicals, I could also see that pissing me off. I understand. But again,
I think that lady is a bad neighbor.
Oh, I think she is a bad neighbor. But what I think what you do with bad neighbors is build better, taller fences. You build better this woman has a tech job. You live alone. Okay, you don't seem like you're in a super, like, that lady's living there. I don't think she doesn't seem like she's got the same type of job you have.
No.
So I'm pretty sure your mortgage isn't super high. I think you're doing all right. Just hire someone, make one phone call, build a taller fence, you're done.
Yeah, and you're going to pay half.
Or you pay for all of it, and who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Okay, you can.
Get that dog. But also, like, you know, the neighbor is bad. She has a vicious dog, and I'm going to call it vicious.
It was, but yeah.
Because it runs up and it attacks the car when they pull up for the first time, right? It bites. Yes, they reached across the fence, but, like, it saw a girl-sized doll and was like, I'm going to attack that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, if your dog is attacking human-sized things just because they're like, you have a problem. And that is also shouldn't be...
Can I just say this? I was listening to this conversation. There's a big group of us or whatever. And one person said, well, my dog's only bit somebody like 3 times.
That is too many times.
I was like, that's a crazy thing to say. That's such a funny thing to say. That's so wild. And then we went around the table and was like, how many times has your dog bitten somebody? And everybody went 0, 0, 0, 0. And it's like, yeah, you got to do something.
Dogs shouldn't be biting people.
Something has to happen. This dog needs training. Something needs to go down here, at least.
Certainly should not be a dog that just has free range of the neighborhood, as it seemed
crazy.
Because
my dog's only bitten someone 3 times.
Because regardless of the fence, even in this situation, this is the front lawn.
Yeah.
It's open to the road. The dog just has to go around the fence to get out. And it's perfectly... That was a bad dog.
Yeah, that was a bad dog.
Your dog shouldn't bite people.
That was a bad neighbor, even though the way she did the neighbor dirty was insane.
Oh, like pressure washed her face off?
No, that was the chemicals.
Oh.
That was her chemical gun. No, okay, so she shoots her with a nail gun.
Oh, yeah.
In the hand so that she can't move, and then just douses her in chemicals until she dies. I'm like, that is wild.
That's a bad way to go.
That is wild. But, M3GAN also makes the point at the end, humans kill every day to make their existence more tolerable.
Why
and I'm
shouldn't
like,
I?
yeah, so if you're just uploading mass amounts of information into a robot, that you are at fault. Gemma is at fault. It's not Megan's fault.
I think even legally, like, she would be at fault because
I'm really curious what the second movie is.
yeah, I think it's like I don't know. I think she's like a military asset now or something. I don't know. It's weird.
I could see them
Yeah.
making that pipeline happen.
But like Gemma is for sure legally responsible for the behaviors of this artificial intelligence.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think there was even a case where I think it was an airline in the States had used like an AI chatbot for customer service.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody had asked them a question of like, am I able to get like a refund for this or whatever in this situation? Or like, if I buy this, can I refund it? And they were like, yeah. Like the AI was like, yeah, you can get a refund for that. And then the company was like, no, that AI was wrong. You can't, that it is our policy that we don't give a refund for that. And the person sued
Yes.
and was like, and the defense was, no, we're not responsible for it because it's AI. And the judge was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean,
Yes.
I'm sure it didn't say what the fuck are you talking about.
No, I
was
want
like-
that judge. That's the judge I
But
want.
was like, if you trust this to resolve customer service things on your
Yeah.
behalf, then you are liable for
1,000,000%
the things that it
yes, of course.
promises and does. So extending this, Gemma is for sure responsible for M3GAN.
Yeah.
You are responsible for the things and
Because it's not like somebody hacked it.
no.
If there was some other villain in this movie where, like, say the assistant got
who
his
was like
hands...
downloading files, and I
Yes.
thought that's where it was going to go.
No, just...
He was just corporate espionage without consequences,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, the consequence was he died.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess.
Because M3GAN knew about it and was like, I can pin this on you, so I'm going to
Yes.
pin it on you.
Gotcha. She used it to frame him.
Yes, used it to frame or try and frame him. But yeah, I think Gemma's absolutely the number one villain of this movie. She's not a good aunt. She doesn't know how to handle anything and doesn't think to like either get herself help or slow down at all. Launches this thing and goes, "Hey niece, you're the guinea pig for this thing."
Yeah.
Buddy, I gotta tell you, even if I'm like baking a cake for my nephew, I make sure that it's baked all the way. Like I'm triple checking
Sure.
it to make sure that all the ingredients are good and nothing's expired. And, you know what I mean?
Like Rebecca's making a cake for herself and she accidentally uses some expired cream. Well,
Oh, oopsies.
throw it. The whipped cream is turned. We'll throw it
I'm
out.
gonna be on the toilet a little longer today. That'll be fine. I can play it a little loosey-goosey with myself, okay? But I gotta tell you, not
on your newly traumatized
not
daughter.
a fucking chance.
Niece. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm looking after these kids, I'm not even having a beer. I am so extra.
Yeah.
I am stressed.
Like, I think there are a lot of ethics panels that need to be gone through before you even introduce this doll to children.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, and not your children, like a panel of like children who are being observed by psychologists to see how they interact with it. Like a lot of work needs to go in before you make like that drastic of a jump. And I mean, again, David, I don't think deserved to be killed because Ronnie Chang, right? Because it's like, yes, he's moving fast and he wants to put this thing out, but he's also he very much admits like, I don't understand this. Tell me how it works and tell me what I need to know. and Gemma is feeding him all the stuff he wants to hear and not all the stuff that he wants to. Like, I truly think that if she went to David and was like, I don't think we should launch, he would have been like, okay, because I don't want a lawsuit.
Yeah, that's going to cost way more than pushing this back.
Right?
Well, sometimes it doesn't, and they push it forward anyway because they're like, "We'll just pay for the legal fallout." But
yes, and like, but less so kids' toys companies, and that's more like petrochemical companies and car companies.
like, I also can't believe, just circling back to the dog, that the cops can't do anything.
Honestly, I
was like, I don't think that sounds right.
I kind of liked the note in this movie that the cops were incompetent.
Yes.
Like the one detective, when the neighbor gets killed, he goes, I guess one of my colleagues said that this was the second time we'd talked to you today. And she's like, oh my God, why? Like what? He's like, oh, no. Like, you're not a suspect. It's fine. It turns out that kid, it was a murder because we found his ear halfway up. Anyway, probably shouldn't laugh.
Bye. Yeah.
I was just like, oh, you're dumb. Like,
it's one of my favorites.
You shouldn't tell her that. Two, she absolutely should probably be a suspect.
So campy.
Yeah.
So campy.
Probably shouldn't laugh about that kid having his ear torn off, but anyway.
That's one of my favorite scenes. The other one of my favorite scenes is when because it's just so ridiculous when she walks into the house and Megan's playing toy soldier on the piano. I'm like, that's hilarious. Her singing Bulletproof was so funny. Oh, just the camp in this movie.
Yeah.
They really did it up well. They did the camp well. Yes. I also think the two people working with Gemma need to stop her more.
Yeah.
They're enabling.
Yeah.
They're enabling this situation because clearly they just seem to have a better moral hold on what's going on, but they also don't stop her at all either. It's like a whisper. It's like, no, this is unethical. Please don't do that. Maybe we shouldn't do it, but we're gonna keep doing it anyway. It's like, no, you gotta speak up with your whole chest. You gotta start saying something because this is bad. This is bad news.
Very bad, and it gets too far because Megan starts taking over the phone. So even though Gemma thinks she's canceling it, she's not, and like whatever. But like, it's gone way too far. I will, in Gemma's defense, I will say, I think she picked up pretty quickly on the murders. Like, there's there's an alternate version of this movie where it's many, many more murders and she's in denial the whole time, being like, that's impossible. It's just a coincidence. But she does literally two, and she's like, all right, I'm shutting her down for
three
decoys.
if you count the dog.
Three if you count the dog. Yeah. But she's like, and the kid did look like an accident. Like, it was a kid getting struck by a car. Also, why are you sending kids out into the woods by themselves while there's a highway somewhere nearby that they can stumble on and die? Right? Like that, Anyway.
I think there was a lot going on with that camp I didn't really agree with. I think there was a lot going on there that I did not care for. I would love to just quickly talk about what some of the positives would actually be. Because there was a couple moments in this movie where I was like, oh, I could kind of see why that would be a cool thing. So like
cool thing with Megan specifically.
Yes.
Okay.
Where not the whole social thing, like the dependence upon her, that sort of thing. I don't like that. I do like the questions answered. That's interesting. I like that. But again, also it's like, what sources are you pulling from, and how do we monitor that? But in the same token, sometimes we got stuff in textbooks and then, a decade later, they got to be completely fucking different because we were wrong anyway.
Yeah.
And we did teach that. So that's whatever. But like when she gets bit by the dog and she goes, her temperature's rising, we need to clean that right away. I'm like, oh, that's probably good. And some people probably need to hear that. Not everybody has the same knowledge or what have you, because some things just get lost. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's things that your parents just miss teaching you because, A, maybe they didn't know themselves, or B, they just didn't think to.
Maybe you never got bit by a dog as a kid, so then you never learned to do what you need to do when you
Or that
had
maybe
kids.
you have like rabies or something, and this dog needs to get checked because he seems really rabid. What have you? Like, there's just different things here where it's like, oh yeah, having something with a few answers all the time would probably be a good thing.
Yeah. The problem is everything that's good about M3GAN, there's nothing that she does that I wouldn't rely on like an iPad for.
Right.
You know, where you go like, oh, her temperature's up. Or like, you know, there's you know, Fitbits and fitness watches to be like, oh, your heart rate's increased a lot here, or like your temperature's rising, you should do this, or Google how to treat a burn, you know. So the fact that it's in a body of like a 10-year-old creepy girl with big eyes, the form factor I do have a problem with.
Oh no, that really wasn't what I was speaking to. I agree with you.
But you're right, she is handy in certain.
But like if there was like, like I'm sure there's things like that, but just, you know, like a little package thing where it's like, it just scans your health or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm sure those are coming, or they're deeply flawed in ways.
And they will take the information that they gain and sell them to people and sell your information for how you're sleeping.
Right.
And
well, this didn't turn out as positively as I was hoping.
Do you know who you're talking to? I'm like, I am one of the most pessimistic technologists.
Oh, brain no go now.
Brain no go now. No.
No go.
I describe myself as a paranoid Luddite.
All right. Okay.
I don't think technology is inherently bad. I just think it's out to get me personally.
Yeah, all right. I like that. You know? I vibe it.
So I don't have Alexa in my house. I don't have a Roomba in my house. I don't have nothing. I mean, my phone is listening to me. I don't know what the difference is, but that's the other thing I want to quickly go back on, because I wrote this down. I was like, it goes under the radar, where not only did Gemma not get approval to do this project, she says that in the Furbies ones, she has installed a listening model that targets kids and logs their conversational patterns. And David hears that and he goes, you did not just tell me that. Like, she has been spying and listening on children specifically.
She is the villain.
Without the company's approval. Yeah. It would be one thing if some high up said, like, we need to get this data. It's fine. Engineer that in. No. She did this on her own and took the data for herself to do her own project. Like, she has opened this company up to billion-dollar lawsuits for that. Spying on adults is one thing. Spying on children is like a whole other game. You know? Yeah.
I'm telling you,
she is the villain.
She's the villain of this movie. M3GAN's not the villain. The boss isn't the villain. The guy that's trying to steal data isn't the villain. None of these people are. The neighbor's not the villain. This woman's the villain. Because I gotta tell you, now that the more we even talk about it, the more I'm like, that neighbor was already probably putting up with some bullshit. She probably didn't even start aggressive. She's spraying those chemicals over there because that pisses you off, and you piss me off so fucking bad.
Because you've got robots running at all hours of the night. You're high pitched. One of your robots probably makes some high pitched squeal that's driving my dog crazy. You know.
Oh, I like that angle. That's actually a very sane dog that's been driven to madness.
But that's why he's trying to get through the fence. Oh my God, we figured it out. Yep. Oh, we did defend the child mauling dog. Everybody.
Found it. We found it.
That child mauling dog did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
All right. I think
we did it. That's it. We found it. We put a bow on it. We put a circle on it. We're good. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it. I think it's time for our thing. Yeah. So I've got the household assistance scale.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here. So from a classic construction paper chore wheel. You know?
Yes.
Assist in the house, all the way up to Alexa. I'm giving David, the boss, Ronnie Chang, a Roomba, because he just has a job and and it wants to get done, and it's just all these other things that are in its way. It just wants you to get out of its way to get the job done.
I'm going for M3GAN. Okay, I'm ranking M3GAN. I've got it on the M3GAN scale.
These people named Meg.
So from Meg to Megathin, I'm gonna give Meg a Megatron. Okay, kind of bad, kind of evil, but you get it. You see it. You see it.
Yeah,
okay, it's
I
not your
love
fault.
that. Sorry, I thought for a minute you were just gonna name different Megans that
that
you know
that
from
I
bad to worse, and I was just like, Rebecca doesn't give any fucks. But I love that Megatron thing. That's very good.
Megatron. I'm gonna give it a Megatron.
Megathin was one.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
No, I don't know. It's got to be now.
For sure.
We've named enough people. Somebody's name is Megathin.
Blast off in the comments if you're a Megathin or know a
Megathin. Jesus Christ. And team, before we get to our heroes and villains of the week, as always, there's a couple ways you can help out the podcast. If you would like to follow us on social media, we are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Hit us up at Villain Was Right on any of those platforms if you want to see our silly little faces or know what's going to be coming, know what's going on, know what to watch before we start an episode if you're a real diehard. Also, if you would like to email us, this was an audience suggestion, okay? If you want us to cover a movie, we won't do it unless you email us. Please email us at villainwasright@gmail.com. Send in your suggestions. They're all on a big list. We have hundreds, but we always pick our favorites. We always pick the ones, and we definitely pick the ones that we get multiples on. So if you think it's already on our list, email us again anyway, because it'll bump it up the list and you will see it faster. And if you got a couple bucks,
yeah, you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/thevillainwasright, where you get great rewards for supporting the podcast. At $7 a month, you get 2 bonus episodes every month. Rebecca has a pick. Last month, it was Class of Newcomb High. She destroyed my brain with like some of the worst. It
was an acid trip. That was an acid trip of a movie.
Some of the worst B movies you've ever seen, she subjects me to. And I try and balance it out. So this month, we're actually covering the 2025 Superman, because I love that movie and I just want to share all my thoughts with it. So head on over to patreon.com/thevillainwasright if you want to check that out. We also have ad-free tiers, early release episodes, and voting on audience choice episodes. And thank you to everyone who already supports us. And thank you for listening and telling your friends. We love you for that. And now it is time for our heroes and villains of the week. What do you got, Rebecca?
I have a couple of heroes. A couple of heroes this week. Positivity. I had the pleasure of getting booked for a couple of Just for Laughs things. And 2 of those things were roasting 2 other comics. And I really like roasting, but it can really get dicey, okay? Because if you're not paired with the right person, it's a fucking nightmare, because they don't want to share, or because, they'll write things that you don't want them to write. And so I worked with Crystal Ferrier and Chris Robinson, who are 2 great comics, Canada-based comics. I think both, Toronto-based comics. And they were just both pleasures to work with. We shared our notes. We were giggling at each other's shit. Just both absolute pleasures to work with. So easy. They both had great roast jokes on me. Really they were cooking me, buddy. It was just such a fun.
You told me a few of them and I was like,
yeah,
they got you good.
Good. They got me great. So it was just really nice, because I also feel like if somebody roasts you really well, it also just means that they, honestly, to me, it's a level of respect. I just had a really good time. So they are my heroes of the week. I had such a good time doing that. They were both awesome. And Craig, I have a feeling you have a very fun story for us.
Yeah. So I've got, it's villains here. So in the spirit of unhelpful help,
okay,
that is M3GAN.
Love it.
Kat, my partner Kat, and our producers Andrew, Diana, and I, we went to our friend Tracy Hamilton, who's been on the podcast before, was doing this fantastic one-woman show, and she was in a what I would call a nameless local theater festival, let's call it that, in which she was presenting, and her play was fantastic. It was great. Let the rest of the story take nothing away from that. But so we all pile in the car and we were driving out. And first of all, I just want to say that like the GPS was like, oh, it's going to take you either an hour and a half to get there or 3 hours. And I was like, well, how do we know?
That's so real.
So stressful. Anyway, that's just the
so
GTA.
real, yeah.
We get there like 20 minutes before the show is supposed to start. And so we go to the tent at this theater because it's a festival, right? And they had what Kat described as an intricate button and flag system to manage everybody. So you needed to buy these little buttons, and the idea was like that money, like you need one button for the whole festival.
Okay.
Right, and that money kind of goes to the festival, and then you buy your tickets, and the ticket goes to the artist. So, like, fine.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't love paying an extra $10 on top of my ticket, but whatever.
I'll support.
We go up and we claim our tickets, and then I go, I think we needed to get a button. Do we need the button to get in? And they're like, what do you mean? Oh, so you need to buy a button? And I was like, no, I already bought a button. Isn't that on your like thing? And they go, do you have a receipt? And I go, yeah. And I like pull it up because they email it. I bought them online. And they go, okay, I guess just take one then. So like we take them. And then Andrew and Diana go up and they had not bought a button online. And they were like, do we need a button? And they're like, yeah. And they could not, these volunteers could not for the life of them figure out how to sell them a button.
Oh no.
It took, I swear to God, 15 or 20 minutes. Like we were there 20 minutes before, and almost the entire time is spent trying to figure out how to sell these buttons. And they're like, well, can we just go in without the button? They're like, no, you need the button.
Then just give me a button. Give it to me.
They even had a tap thing, and Diana was like, well, if I just like tap to donate twice, isn't that the same? And they're like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, I've got cash. Like, can we do cash? And they're like, no, we can't do cash. And they were fucking it all up. Anyway, they finally figure out how to sell these buttons. By the way, huge lineup. All these people who are like for different rooms in the theater who aren't helping anybody. As we're waiting for Andrew and Diana to figure this out, this guy comes up to some of the other volunteers who are just sitting there, not doing anything, not processing anything. And they go, is there a program with all the shows that you might have? And these volunteers, teenagers, God bless them, but just fucking freeze in terror. They just look at him and they look to the lady who's trying to figure out how to sell Andrew a button, and they're like, what? It's like, you had to check with someone if there was a program? And they go, oh no, no physical programs. You just have to check online. The guy's like, okay, and like leaves. Finally, they sort out the button thing. We go inside and are like now waiting in the lobby of this theater to go into the show. What do I see sitting right there on the desk but a physical pamphlet showing all the plays that are there? Like literally what the guy was asking for. And then we all have our red flags so they know which one we're going into the show. Like, so we're literally all carrying red flags. And this volunteer comes in and starts doing the pre-show announcement. Has this huge fucking binder. Like, I mean, like an entire high school year's worth of notes in a binder. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. Just filled with notes. And is flipping through it. I don't know why all the opening announcements wouldn't be on one page, but apparently they're not. And she's just the most uncharismatic person you've ever met at a theater festival. Going, thank you. You're all here to see. Oh, what are you here to see? And I was like, you don't even know what's on.
What are you here to see?
And she checks the sign of the show that she's like, so hold your flags and we'll go in and someone will check your button. No one ever checked the buttons. No one even looked at the buttons. And this was the part that just broke me. And she goes, so we're going to do the land acknowledgement, which like very common, like acknowledge the Aboriginal and the Indigenous people who were here before us. Very important to do. And I'm not mocking that at all. I'm mocking how she did it, which is just exactly how you should not do it, where you're just like, we'd like, this is the land of the Anishinaabe, and and then in this little cafe, someone yells out, like over the land acknowledgement, hot dog for Neil.
Hot dog for Neil.
And Neil gets up from one of these things and reaches across this person, across the desk, and gets his hot dog. And I was like, this is a
chaos.
This is chaos.
Yeah.
This is absolute chaos. And then we get in and the show is great, and then the rest of the night we get stuck in traffic and we're like 2 hours behind, and we try and go and get something to eat, and they've blocked off the street for like filming something, so the street around here where there's normally parking, there wasn't. But it is to end this on a positive note, it is a testament to how good Tracy's show was, with how badly everything around it went for us that night, that we still considered it a good night.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, garbage volunteers. I won't name the festival because, like, I know it's a small town theater festival, but like, man, can't get good help these days. That's my villain of the week.
Is perfect villain. Hot dog for Neil. I'd be saying that for a while. That would be a thing I'd be saying. Anyway, that's it for us, team. As always, you can follow me at Rebecca Reeds on any platform of your choosing.
Yeah, and you can follow me at Craig Fay Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, CraigFay.com for show dates. And tune in next week. It's our audience choice next week. You guys voted. It's Can't Hardly Wait. Jennifer Love Hewitt. We did the try-named stars, and that's the one that won.
Yeah.
So if you want something else, hop on Patreon. But until then, this is The Villain Was Right, reminding you, limit your screen time.
The Villain Was Right was produced by Andrew Ivimey for the From Superheroes Network. For more great podcasts like this, as well as YouTube series, webcomics, and so much more, visit FromSuperheroes.com.